Named after generations of past Kentucky distillers, Cavehill is the first recipe I ever made. At the time, there was nothing quite like it, no clear bourbon example or whiskey reference to look to. I took a chance on a 4-grain triple malt mash bill. It was a risk, especially because I was just getting started trying to break into the whiskey business, and at the time, no one, and I mean no one, started out by laying down their own whiskey.
In bourbon, outsiders don't do well. Cave comes out of nowhere. You could not imagine it being done, but you really could not imagine an outsider doing it. Someone not from, the Kentucky world.
The truth is, there were a lot of obstacles. But I was invigorated by the rich history and tradition of bourbon in Kentucky and the farmer distillers who paved the way, the forefathers and foremothers of Kentucky bourbon.
When people moved here in the 1700s, they would just plant whatever they could to see what would grow, and corn grew extremely well here. So they had great access to corn, great access to great water. And so those two components right there started giving us the basis of what bourbon would be.
I became obsessed with stories of early settlers in Kentucky and how making whiskey was a way of life. I was inspired by them. My first recipe is a homage to their legacy. So, the first thing I did was hone in on ingredients. Quality is key, but more than that, I wanted to make a bourbon like no other, something unique. That's when I came up with the mash bill for Cavehill. It's made with equal parts malted wheat, malted barley, honey malted barley, and 70% corn. Malted grains provide essential enzymes and key attributes like color, flavor, and body. Cavehill's 3 different malted grains yield a range of distinct flavors that, along with our toasted barrels, make for a one-of-a-kind flavor profile. For those, I went to Calvin Cooperage.
Cave came in to our office, I'm pretty sure unannounced, just showed up, and Cave very quickly, it became clear, had this vision, and my brother and I immediately agreed that we needed to be part of this project. And so from day one, we were all in and have been ever since.
Going inside the cooperage is like stepping into a time machine. Every inch of the place is steeped in history.
My dad started as an apprentice cooper when he was 15 in Scotland. My older brother Kevin left school when he was about 16 and started his apprenticeship as a cooper too. So I went off to law school and became a lawyer. And after a few years of that, was really looking for anything else to do. And so I moved to Kentucky and joined Kevin, and Kevin and I ran the cooperage together for 20 years, and now I'm unfortunately the last man standing, so it's me.
By law, bourbon barrels have to be made from new charred oak. It's a requirement that's non-negotiable. Our barrels are made from American oak, harvested mainly from Kentucky, Ohio, and Missouri. They're also toasted, an extra step that makes all the difference.
So we're only toasting over natural oak fires. Really bring out the best of American oak. You get the sweet marzipan-y, almondy baked bread, all those notes that are so desirable and so key to kind of filling out the flavor of whiskey. And then we get a really nice char on it too.
Once they're finished and filled, they'll go to our warehouses in Henry County, Kentucky, where the liquid will continue to mature, gracefully mingling with the wood until finally grain, water, yeast, and wood, perfectly intertwined, give way to a spirit that's distinct and unorthodox. For me, Cavehill is the embodiment of a dream fulfilled. But more than that, it's a love letter to our forefathers and foremothers, made to share with the people you love.